Howdy all, welcome to part 40. Man, we're working our way through this quite quickly. In this part we are going to be encountering plenty of battles. There's going to be plenty going on and we get greeted by Mr. Smiley. I'm sorry, but I can't take him seriously with that stupid grin on his face. What kind of fucking laugh is that, you twat? Anyway, we skip ahead to Mimi and Palmon. I think Palmon's absorbing something for the ground because she's a plant, obviously. Something that's never really been explored before. But Mimi's dad turns up and she's like, oh shit! And she makes Palmon hide. Presumably because Palmon's in poor taste. I think if I had a friend that told me that, I would just say, fuck you then. You know, I don't want to be your friend if that's how little you think of me. But then again, Mimi is quite shallow. She don't make girly girls look very good, I will say that. So, Mimi's mother turns up. And it has to be said, Mimi's parents are weird. Okay? Not saying this to be nasty, but they kind of are. And I have no idea what they're going on about now. It's just like, forgive me, I'm kind of, you know, meh. Alrighty. So now we skip ahead to Joe, who is somewhere outside the main city where most of the other kids live. Oh, I say most of the other kids because Takeru doesn't live over there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Answer the phone, Joe. That's going to really pee me off. And we skip ahead to Taichi. Yeah, we get it. Taemon's been kidnapped, Takari. Stop it. Turn that frown upside down. They're going to rescue her. Anyway, things don't always proceed as planned. We skip ahead to where Yamato's dad, I think, is starting to catch on to what's going on. You know, mysterious going-ons and stuff. This is roughly the point where Vamdemon sends out this massive fog, which covers, like, this particular district where most of the kids live. And we gotta put up with this conversation. I don't really know why they included it, but okay. Exposition. And we're still with him. But things are about to get a bit more creepy. You know, thanks to that tosspot, Vamdemon. Oh shit. Oh my god. We're walking with dinosaurs again. Yes, you saw a T-Rex. Well, that's essentially what Dark Tyrannomon is. It's a black Tyrannomon. A black T-Rex. So we're back with Taichi, and this is where things are going to start getting heavy. So Tochi's mum's gonna go and answer the door. And oh my god, it's a Bakamon! If you'd ever believed in ghosts before, you would then. So he kidnaps Taichi and Hikari's mother, goes after Taichi and Hikari himself. And Agumon to the rescue. But, you know, I think the Bakamon still managed to get away with their mum. Like I say, things are really starting to get serious now. Vamdemon's sick of waiting. He's now starting to really make a move and push things. And why not? He's got the 8th Digimon, so I suppose he feels like he can. This... I'm sorry. Phantomon's voice is fucking weird. In the dub, he had this kind of haunted voice, and even that suited him better than screeching at the top of my voice because I can. Well, that did a whole lot of good. You wouldn't have thought Phantomon would have thought, that little girl. How is it that she's not scared of the big scary dinosaur with the rhinoceros mask? Probably assumes that she's one of the other 7, but you know, you've just seen enough of the... Well, actually, scratch that, Phantomon hasn't seen the other 7. Anyway, the kids escape, but unfortunately Taichi's mum hasn't. There's not much they can do. Obviously, because Vamdemon's having to make a move, Hikari's now got to go into hiding. After all, she's the one they want. So now Yamato knows Hikari's the 8th child. So, yeah. I'm presuming there's kind of like talk about what Vamdemon's now doing. And what Vamdemon is doing is he's kidnapping everybody. He's separating the parents from their children and forcing the children to line up in front of Tailmon so that Tailmon can tell Vamdemon who it is. Or at least Vamdemon can keep an eye out for any suspicious behaviour on Tailmon's part. So Taichi's now going to go and investigate and leave Hikari with Yamato. Yeah. Granted, they are both chosen children, they're all going to get to know each other, but at this point they're all strangers, so... Yeah. Yeah, I get it, he's going to go and rescue Tailmon, for fuck's sake. Stop going on about her. Okay, so that basically summarises that. Hikari was left with Yamato. And we now skip ahead to see what Sora's up to. We're not back on Rehash Street. How did she know their names? I could have sworn she said Bakamon. How did she know that was a Bakamon? If she's never been exposed to Digimon in her life. So Palmon saves her. And Palmon's like, well, we have to save Sora. Because they're going to go after her. We need to get to her because things are obviously starting to get heavy. And yeah. So Palmon teams up with Sora's mum to find Sora and break her out of, well, the place where Vamdemon is keeping all the children. Because it's pretty reasonable to assume that, you know, he has her. The arsewipe. Well, Sora's mum's not taking it too badly, the fact that there's a giant pink bird talking to her. But anyway. Bearing that in mind, Mimi's also been kidnapped. Not that you ever see her actually get kidnapped. Blah 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 blah. If I remember rightly, in the anime she was in her PJs when she got kidnapped. And she finds that Sora's also been kidnapped as well. So Palmon could be an option to break out. And we also find that Taichi's mother's been brought to the same place. And Taichi's father has also been kidnapped, even though he wasn't in the same place. And yeah. I think Taichi's mum was worried because they ran off of Greymon, and Greymon's just like this huge giant dinosaur, and so it's like, oh, that guy's a friend. We're friends with the giant dinosaur with the rhinoceros kind of helmet thing. That looks really, really creepy, but, you know, we're friends with him. Mimi's mum's not taken being captive very well. Mind you, who would? Poor woman. Okay. So, there is a plan to take out these Barkamon. Because let's face it, these guys aren't going to stay captive forever. Blah 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 blah. So this weird noise, Sora actually remembers back to the last time they encountered the Barkamon, when he used some kind of thing to, you know, to wear them down. A chant, if you will. So that's what they're doing here. They're doing the same thing. They're doing like a chant to weaken the Barkamon so they can escape. And the Barkamon don't like it. Nah, 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 nah. And yeah. So the girls run outside in the attempt to escape. And it looks like they're about to escape successfully. Only giant Tyrannosaurus! Dark Tyrannomon. Oh my god. And Mimi's dad is about to do something incredibly stupid. You fucking idiot. He's not going to stand a chance against a giant bloody Tyrannosaurus Rex. In fact, Togemon's not going to stand much of a chance either. Oh my goodness. About friggin' time. So, Togemon is now going to her ultimate form. And friggin' hell did it take long enough to get to this point? Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Lilymon. She's absolutely tiny, but she's quite strong, I suppose. So, yeah. So, Mimi, is she in poor taste? And of course, we're about to fight this guy. Okay. So without further ado, let's jump into battle and we should be fine. Might be worthwhile having a healing item on just in case. But I'd highly recommend just spamming the fuck out of Flower Cannon for this fight. This guy's not a pushover, but then again he's not hard to fight either. You shouldn't have too much trouble. And you know what's awesome? Lilymon can poison. That makes her awesome in my book. There's one thing that was sorely missing from Togemon's lineup was an ability to poison. And wow, this isn't looking very good. Maybe I was, maybe Lilymon needs more defense than, what I initially suspected. At least I do have that poison move in hand. Oh, Jesus. I'm just going to go for it. There's not much else I can do. Oh, crikey. Shit. Oh, my word. How lucky could you get? Better healing items clearly needed. That's another level up for Palmon. I could also probably put it down to the fact that, I wasn't grinding enough. Grinding, you need to grind. It's got to be said. Finish him off, Lilymon! A giant black Tyrannosaurus stands no chance against a little pink and green fairy. Anyway, Lilymon has this move where she's able to... I suppose that makes him a nice Tyrannomon now. But Vamdemon doesn't like that. Why would Vamdemon want a nice Digimon in his army? So he attacks and kills the Dark Tyrannomon. How dare he? Well, it goes without saying, Mr. Smiley is a right dickhead. He'll kill everybody who gets in his way. So he uses Dead Scream and Lilymon falls under some kind of curse or into some kind of sleep. So now she can't do anything. Vamdemon appears and manages to whisk Lilymon away before Vamdemon kills her. Oh shit, got Screechosaurus here. I can't take that voice seriously, I'm sorry. What kind of voice did they think they were... Oh. So Vamdemon and Sora's mum arrives on the scene. And Sora's mum distracts them enough so that Sora can get away with Vamdemon, but unfortunately Sora's mum is kidnapped in her place. Well, there you go, Sora. Don't ever doubt the love of your mother. So Sora gets away with Vamdemon. And we get this little exposition with Kushiro and Kushiro's parents learning about Tentomon and Digimon in general. Makes bloody sense, really, because with all this going on, they're going to cotton on. So Kushiro's just explaining everything to them, I imagine. He managed to kick in some kind of program on his computer which protected him and his parents from even being seen by Bakumon. So Bakumon couldn't take them away. You gotta love Kushiro, he's such a smarty pants. So Kushiro is now going to go down to the TV station. Because obviously that's the source of Vamdemon's fog. God, I'm so torn between calling him Vamdemon, like, you know, because that's his proper name, or Mr. Smiley because of his ridiculously stupid smile, which looks, you know, reminds me of the Joker somewhat. And this is coming from someone who never really read Batman comics or watched many of the films. I know, blasphemy. Anyway, while they're in the building, Yamato's dad grabs Kushiro and Tentomon and hides them. Because otherwise they would have got grabbed by Bakumon, even though Kushiro's got a Digimon that could potentially fight them. But why would he want to do that? That requires too much common sense. Anyway, we're now joining Joe now, who's outside of the fog, you know. And the fog's so thick that it seems like they can't get back in. And Takeru's here. Well, of course, all the kids are going to need to be together. So they need to get into that fog and get ready for the showdown with Vamdemon, because it is coming. Blah, 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 fucking blah. Blah, blah on a stick. Oni-chan. Yeah. Yeah, Takeru's worried about Yamato, because Yamato's over there. So, Gomamon is going to digivolve into Ikakimon, and they're just going to ride on him across. I could have phrased that better. But that's essentially what they're going to do. And I think this is roughly the point where his mum finds out about Digimon. Get down from there now! So Joe's like, oh, don't worry, he's safe, he's fine. I'll look after Takeru. And his mum's like, but I don't know you, and you're going to ride away with my son on this big monster into a foggy city where, well, I suppose she's not 100% aware of the fact that women and children and, you know, men and everyone is getting kidnapped by Bakumon. So, the two kids head off on their way. And rank up, yay! It's been a while since we've got another one of them. They don't seem to be getting as many of them in the real world. Okay, so they continue on their way, and then they come across this bastard. He wants to take a stab at guessing what happens next. We have to fight it, of course. But before a little bit of exposition, this guy knocks Takeru and Joe off of Ikakimon, and Takeru can't swim. And Joe ends up, you know, kind of almost trying to sacrifice himself to protect Takeru, taking responsibility for him and somewhat. protecting him. And, you know, almost getting himself killed in the process. Because Joe can't swim either. But this act of massive responsibility is going to cause something amazing to happen. You know, when they shut the fuck up. And the massive, you know, act of responsibility on Joe's part causes his crest to glow, and now we're getting his ultimate form. 2 ultimates in one part, that's awesome. I'm certainly not going to object. And we get to be introduced to Vamdemon. He who carries a giant metal Pico hammer. So now this fight's a little bit more fair. So now we're going to take on Mega Digimon. This shouldn't be too hard. Well, I say that. It could be. So, this fight shouldn't take too long, but, you know, you never know. I think this one's slightly tougher than the Dark Tyrannomon fight, but you do have 2 Digimon with this fight, so it's... At the same time, maybe that's me over-exaggerating. Am I the only one that didn't find, you know, Vamdemon to be that great? And here I am, tapping the L button, and once again the L button's decided it's going to be a cunt and not work. And I can't have Palmon stay as Patamon. Why would I? I've got Vamdemon back. So I'm going to be using the computer to get Patamon to Digivolve. Take this, bitch. And, you know, you're supposed to Digivolve Patamon. You're not supposed to use a shitty, weak rookie attack. See, that's what happens otherwise. That's better. Give me my Vamdemon. So this is like, this is good. This is the first time I get to play Vamdemon in friggin' forever. And that's awesome. So I'm going to put the control back to me. Because, you know, I haven't played as Vamdemon in ages. I really want to enjoy it. So, I'm going to heal up. 400 is not going to give me much back, but it's something. Oh, God. Right. Hopefully Vamdemon should be able to dish out quite a chunk of damage with her Heaven's Knuckle. Or not. Wow. I'm kind of getting my ass kicked here. Let's try the 800 hit point heal. Will you leave Vamdemon alone, you prick? I've waited this long to get him back, and you're not going to knock him out now, you bastard. Ugh. I'm going to give him all the healing that I possibly can. Right, now Heaven's Knuckle the fucker. Oh, for goodness sake! Mega Digimon's got real issues. Leave Vamdemon alone, you prick. Oh, for goodness sake. What's your problem with angels? Right, hopefully we'll get this fight done soon. We can do this. We can do this. He's not using the strong move. Just gotta spark the fucker until submission. And that could not have come at a better time, thank you. So that's 2 Heaven's Knuckles to the throat. Oh, for for goodness sake, no. Well, at least he's aiming himself at Vamdemon, who's got a little bit more defense to him. See, I can praise Vamdemon as a champion, but, you know, I can't even deny the fact that his defences aren't that great. And oh my god, I did not know that attack was much more powerful. I've been wasting my time on Hammer Spark. Just use the Hammer Throw, it hurts more. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next part.